Hey guys, and welcome back to my F1 2010 career mode. It's season 2, it's round 2 of season 2, and we head to Australia, at Melbourne specifically for the Australian Grand Prix. Last time out in Bahrain, it was the first race of season 2. If you've not checked that video out, go back and watch it. It was a great race, our first race for Force India. And although the first half of that race didn't seem like it was going to plan, the second half definitely did. And we almost snatched a podium late on. And we did, of course, beat my teammate Adrian Suttle. So it was looking really good after that first race. Let's hopefully carry that good form into Australia as well. I think we almost scored points here last year. I think we finished 11th and Petrov somehow won the race through some sort of bug in the game. Just before we get into this one, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and let's jump into the Australian Grand Prix. So after the first race, Mark Webber, who won the championship in season 1, leads the way. He won in Bahrain. He already has the lead in the championship, and honestly I don't see anybody beating him this season. James Early in 4th place. Will that be the highest we ever see ourselves in the championship in season 2? Maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Anyway, 4th place, the top 10, of course, the only drivers scoring points. And the top 24 is as they finished in the first race of the season. Red Bull already in the lead of the constructors. They won it last season with, I believe, 2 races to spare. And they're in the lead by 9 points ahead of Ferrari. Force India in 4th place. I think we are in the battle for maybe 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship. Let's jump into qualifying. Qualifying objective, finish 4th. Wow, that's high. And the race objective, finish 3rd. They are big expectations. We're going to run full qualifying today. Right, we do this performance test. We'll get the rich mix. Well, that was the most easy target ever. Beat it by 12 seconds. That'll do, that'll do. Okay, here we are in qualifying then. Objective to finish 4th or above. It's qualifying 1. Let's see how we get on. Here we are then, starting my flying lap. Got De La Rosa in the way. Had a bit of an issue with him in practice, but into the first corner we go. I've gone for a quite high downforce setup as the clouds are rolling over the right-hand side of the circuit at the top there. But the rain should stay away down towards turn 3 now, slamming on the brakes. Great overtaking place come race day. The first ever race at this circuit was 1996, and we saw a huge incident on lap 1, which I believe brought out a red flag involving Martin Brundle. And going into that race weekend, I think most people feared there could be a huge crash at that corner. The dangers of a street circuit, especially a high-speed street circuit. But since then, we've not really had too many big incidents over the years. Maybe a few. Wirtz and Coulthard 2007. Alonso and Gutierrez in 2016. But apart from that, you don't really see too many huge incidents into turn 3. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. We're on a pretty decent lap here. Through turns, I believe that's 10 and 11. Or 11 and 12. And towards turn 13, which I read somewhere is the heaviest braking zone on the circuit. I'm not sure if that's actually true, but it is another good overtaking place, and we do see overtakes into that corner. In modern F1, there is a DRS straight there. And final 3 corners then, turn 14 into the heavy braking zone of turn 15, which might be the slowest corner on the circuit, and then we can open up the speed and open up the car steering through that final corner and down towards the line. This is my lap in qualifying 1. Will it be enough to get through to Q2? It should easily be enough. Easily through to Q2. James Early looking good for that top 4 in the qualifying session that we actually need to do. We need to reach that. Our usual drivers knocked out. Hulkenberg down in 20th place. He'll be disappointed with that one. 3.5 minutes to go. Need to get this lap on the board. Oh, Alonso, mate, please get out of the way. Or just park it on the apex. Brilliant. What is he doing? Leave me alone. I don't get what this guy's doing. I'm on a lap here, mate. Why is he still side by side? Leave me alone. Finally. That lap was absolutely miles off the pace. 34.9. We'll go again. Rounding the final corner to complete this second lap. I'm absolutely miles off the pace. I'm not sure why. I'm 17th place still. Rounding the final corner for the final time in this session. Is it enough to get me through to Q3? Across the line we go. It's 10th place, just by the skin of my teeth. It is raining in Q3. Rounding the final corner and down towards the line. This looks to be provisional pole position for Early as he crosses the line. It's a 42.2. Easily provisional pole. It's pole position for early by 5 seconds. What? I scraped through to Q3 by pushing as hard as I possibly could, and I've just suddenly got a pole position. There you go. So pole position for early. His teammate settled down in 10th. Here we are then in the race. 58 laps of Melbourne. And we're starting on pole position for the first time in our career. Force India on pole position in Season 2. There's no risk of rain. The race strategy is going to be a one-stop. Starting on the options, going to lap 20 for the primes. Usually you'd have to start on your Q3 tyre, but because it was raining, we don't have to follow that rule. So starting on the options, brand new set of options for 20 laps. Let's get into this race. And for the first time in Formula 1, it's James Early on pole position in his Force India with his Hakkinen-inspired helmet. Championship leader Mark Webber in 3rd. Teammate Adrian Suttle in 10th place. Could a podium be on the cards? Let's find out. Here we are on the grid, awaiting the lights. There they are. 3, 4 and 5. And the Australian Grand Prix is underway. And we're off. Early leading down towards turn 1. I think there's Sebastian Vettel going to the inside, and the Red Bull driver on the inside line for turn 1 takes the position. Mark Webber tried to force his way up the inside of Early into turn 1 as well, but he's backed out of that move. And there's Michael Schumacher looking interested. Hamilton and Webber go side by side, vying for 4th place in the background. Down towards turn 2, Hamilton round the outside, Button round the outside, the two McLarens. A fantastic start, and there's Robert Kubica up to 4th place. James Early already down to 5th, and it's not even the end of the first sector on lap 1. We've still got 57 laps to go after this one. And at the rate this is going, we're going to be last place by lap 3. I'm sure it'll all settle down. Nice clean start, though, for both me and the AI. But we have fallen down to 5th place. We're aiming for a podium today. I don't know if it'll be possible in the dry conditions. We'll just have to wait and see. There's a car off there in the background. I think that was Alonso. Alonso just tried to send it maybe into turn 9. Off the circuit he goes. And he's lost his front wing. Oh, Schumacher, a half send into turn 1. I'm really starting to hold the pack up here. And he's gone for it into turn 3. And then Michael moves up a position. And there's Felipe Massa on my outside for turn 4. The Ferrari driver can't get through. But the Mercedes of Schumacher now streaking ahead in 5th place. For now, at least, Massa putting me under huge pressure. And he's gone for it into turn 3, where Schumacher overtook me on the previous lap. Massa, this time, though, not finding his way through. Look at the straight line speed Massa has got. Incredible. Although he can't find his way to the inside for turn 1. As there goes Massa up my inside through turn 13. That's another position. Oh, there's Rosberg as well looking through to the inside of 14. I'm tumbling down the order. I'm hoping by the end of this race it all comes back to me. So I think somebody's just hit me there. Mark Webber, I think, just hit me. And he's into the pits. Webber, it's not looking good for a repeat victory here today. We're getting quicker and quicker per lap. But we are... Actually, to be fair, we're only 9 seconds off the lead. It's an early train right now. An early train that stretches maybe down to about 15th place. Not looking too good on these early stages of the race. See what I did there? Oh, we're going wide. And Suttle's hit me. And he's driven through me. Yeah, nice. Suttle into the pits. The second race running that he just crashed into me. I'm starting to close the gap to these guys ahead. It's lap 13 now. Maybe the race is coming to me, you know. I got a warning there. Corner cutting warning. It's very rare that I get a warning. Oh, somebody stopped on circuit in the background. I think it might be Barrichello. He was right behind me. Not anymore. And now there's a big gap behind Petrov in 9th, down to 10th place. All 4 tyres pretty worn. We still need to get them another 5 laps into this race, though, before making our one and only pit stop. The battle ahead is mental. We are less than 2 seconds off the race lead. And everybody's just in a big train behind Sebastian Vettel. Okay, we're boxing at the end of this lap then. And it seems anything's possible in this race now. Into the pits we go, following quite a few other drivers in as well. This could be great. Coming into the pits here, this could be exciting. We're inside a Renault who's somehow pulled away from me going into the pits. Interesting. Anyway, in we go then. Stop on our marks. The Force India mechanics get to work. Quick pit stop. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 5.9. Not great. Not great, but we are ahead of Petrov again. So we will rejoin, I think. Still in the points here. Yes, we are. 10th place. Oh, Petrov was out on my... What? Oh, sorry. Petrov was on my outside somehow. Oh, no. Adrian Suttle, my teammate, out of the race. My race engineer has just come onto the radio to tell me. So no points for Adrian. Drivers in the pits. Up ahead. It's Lucas de Grassi who was in 6th place. Oh, I've got another warning. I think I've got one more warning and then it's a penalty. I've got to be so careful. And here's Mark Webber, who crashed into me very early on in this race. He's now right behind me. Yeah, what I look for in a woman is Brock Lesnar. I want my ideal woman to take me to Suplex City. Right now, we're 20 seconds off Sebastian Vettel in the lead of this race. I can only assume he has been into the pits by now. Webber's going round the outside of turn 12. Incredible bravery. And there goes Mark Webber moving up into 9th place. And then he's gone straight off the circuit. Heikki Kovalainen, sorry, he went up the inside. It was a late move. I didn't see him there. He's hit me. He's spun around. And we're now halfway through this race. 18 seconds off the lead now. Vettel. And the top 9 is separated by 9 seconds. But just like that first stint, I think it will come towards me towards the end of the race. There's action in the pits. It's Kamui Kobayashi. And we move up to 9th place again. 12.8 seconds to Sebastian Vettel. It's all coming good now with 22 laps to go. Look at this for a train of cars. Once again, just like Bahrain, we don't really know what's possible until the final lap comes around. I think under braking, we'll get real close to Felipe Massa. We will. I look to the outside of turn 9. Almost running into the back of the Brazilian. Almost. Oh no, Alguersuari. Up the inside he goes. That was a very late move from the Spaniard, but he's up a position. I fancy my chances here into turn 3. The inside of Alguersuari. It's a half send. He's gone wide. He's on the option tyres, so I think we'll see him go into the pits again. I'll be close enough for a send here. Gonna go for it. And I've gone into neutral gear, but we've got the position. And there's drivers in the pits. Schumacher in the pits. Vettel in the pits from the race lead. It means Robert Kubica leads the way. As Alguersuari goes straight back up my inside into turn 1. Now, the most important thing about Renault being in the lead here is they won this race last year. Could Renault go back-to-back at Australia? Great run through turn 11 and 12 and towards turn 13. We're getting close to Felipe Massa. There's a space to the inside of this corner. Not quite. But we're getting close. We're getting close. We're putting the pressure on. Into the second to last corner seems to be a great place to get past. So I'll send it in deep into this left-hander. The Brazilian of Massa on the outside holds onto the position for now. But the Ferrari definitely feeling the pressure. Oh, but on the exit, what a switchback. To the inside of Webber. There's contact. There is contact. We have the outside line for the second to last corner. Webber holding on to the position, but we got past Massa. Oh, there's contact ahead. I think the Mercedes of Rosberg may have hit the McLaren in front of him. And Rosberg might be circulating without a front wing now. And there's a McLaren off his button. Oh, and we had to slam on the brakes to avoid Webber. Oh, am I going to get a penalty for overtaking? I'll let him through. Don't want to get a penalty there. Oh, round the outside goes Massa. That's a brave move. He's not going to make that stick, surely. But the Brazilian through. Brilliant move from Massa. Round the outside of turn 9. I got a bit too excited there. Even though Webber was missing a front wing at one point, he could still win this race. Kubica has been reeled in by the leaders. And now I can see the race lead. We started on pole position. A classic James early pole position in the wet. And we fell back at the start. But now, with about 14 laps to go, who knows? Maybe we could still win this race. To the inside of Massa for turn 15. Great move. Into the top 5 now. Oh, Massa, what are you doing, matey? What a silly move that is. And he's lost half his front wing. And there goes Hamilton to the lead of the race. I had to slam on the brakes to avoid Rosberg. Hamilton takes the lead. Kubica forced down to second. Oh, Rosberg, what are you doing?
Don't let him hold you up. Get past
What is going on? Mass around my outside at turn 3. This guy is showing some unbelievable racecraft sometimes. Oh, Vettel, you absolute pile of poo. I don't know if he was trying to scare me into a move, but he's spun. Round he goes. Second race in a row that he's done that as well. What? It is raining. It has just started raining with 10 laps to go. I can just about see it on my screen. You won't be able to see it yet. Mark Webber's in the lead. Somebody needs to stop Mark Webber domination. Mark Webber in this game reminds me of Max Verstappen last season. And it has stopped raining again. There goes Sebastian Vettel. He's back again. He's back for more. Vettel's going around my outside. A brave move. Oh dear. All the time you have to leave the space. I'm still only 6 seconds off Webber, but the gap's not coming down. Oh, I can see the train. I can see the train. Here we go. I'm pretty sure there's a back marker involved here. There's a HRT getting in the way of Rosberg. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. Senna's sent it around the outside of Vettel. What a beast. He's just causing an absolute nuisance, man. Just get out of the way. And it's Chandok. Chandok is the one driver holding everybody up. Can I get to the inside? I can. Okay, double overtake. Rosberg's trying to fight it back. He can't do it. Kubica's in the pits. On lap 56. What's he doing? Strategic disaster class. And we're up to 4th. We're chasing the podium, though. A lap and a half to go. 1 lap to go to determine the top 3 here. Full send. There's Massa. Just go for it. How's Hamilton held on to that? I'm rounding the final corner for the final time. It's going to be a podium. It's not a win, but it's a podium. First podium for Force India. Let's go. Come on. Mark Webber wins his home Grand Prix. It's Hamilton in second with James Early, the Force India, in 3rd place. Robert Kubica had a late pit stop for some reason. Finishes in 8th place. Heikki Kovalainen gets a point for Lotus. The first of many, says Ron Dennis. 19 drivers finished that one. 5 retirements. Sutil, Petrov, De La Rosa, Buemi and Rubens Barrichello. Mark Webber dominating the championship. Hamilton, 2 podiums to start the season. He's in second. James Early moves up to 3rd place ahead of Felipe Massa. Great start to the season for James Early. In the Constructors' Championship, it's Red Bull. So far ahead already of the competition. McLaren, Ferrari and Force India very close in the battle for 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship. 8 teams have scored points, with Lotus getting their first points of the season. Qualifying objective met. Race objective met. What a race that was. Back on the podium for the 2nd time in our career, but the 1st time for Force India. But we're fighting for maybe best of the rest. If we can get a top 3 in the Constructors, a top 6 in the Drivers' Championship, I think that should be the aim. And maybe we can pick up 1 or 2 wins throughout this season. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.